So as you can imagine, there's lots of ways of drawing hair. I'll show you one of them. First, I'm going to make a new layer, so I'm drawing on the hair layer. In fact, I'm going to shrink everything down because there's not a lot of room to draw that hair, and you don't want stuff to be cut off above. So I'm going to hold down Shift and Alt to keep it the right size, bring it down a little bit so I can make a big old hairdo. We are going to lock everything else so I don't mess anything up, and I'm going to use the pencil tool. I'm on the hair layer, so select it and target it, and I'm just going to draw some squiggles. Maybe even another one, and even a third one. Now, if you're drawing on one of these lines, what it's going to do is going to redraw it a lot of times instead of just adding to it. So you got to be careful where you're starting. Now that's a lot of hair on one half. Let's see if we can make it look more hair-like. Let me increase the stroke size. But what's really going to make it look more like hair, I'm going to Control plus zoom in a little bit, is to change the brush. There are lots of different brushes that you can try out. That one's got a particular look to it. The density up here made it thick, and then there's only a few that went down there. You can also change this to other styles, starting really tiny and going big. Probably something like this might be helpful. I'm just going to keep it as uniform for right now. And if I want to have more and I don't want to redraw that, I can reuse this hair layer. If I duplicate the layer, I can then do something like target just that layer, Object, Transform, Reflect, and it'll reflect it horizontally, and then I can move it. Instead of grabbing it, I'm holding down Shift and the cursor keys. Allows me to move things very, very precisely. Kind of handy, so we can have a part in the hair right there. Spacebar is that hand tool. It allows me to move things over. So I could take this and maybe stretch it a little bit so that it covers both. You can also select individual paths that are in there. Remember, there's 3 of them. So I can take one of them and change its color. And I can kind of get a mix of different colors in there. Sometimes that's a lot of fun too, to layer those colors on. Let me select both of these. Let's try some different brushes as well. So I've got this one here. I'm just going to go straight to my bristle brush library so I can try out several different ones. Looks like I didn't have all of them selected, as we're doing a comparison there. Try this again. So there's a very thick hair. Could be overload. If you do something like that, just consider reducing the stroke weight and seeing what that does for you. So you can get that look, but it doesn't have to be overbearing like that if you don't want it to. I tend to like to make sure there's enough there so I don't see the face layer behind it. Lots of things you can try.